reptiles ain't that different.
Welcome back to Lost in Attention. We try to keep us sanity watching a bunch of movies. Today we're talking about Zootopia 2. Firstly, before we start, I like the first movie and the characters. So just keep that in mind while you watch the rest of this video. So the basic synopsis is that Judy and Nick are terrible partners. Somehow a lot of the team-ups are terrible. Like this elephant and this mouse, for instance.
What did I do?
The elephant is terrified of the mouse, but instead of just changing them, they force the elephant to live in fear at the risk of them not being able to do the job effectively, which is stupid. It's based on a myth, the elephant being terrified of the mouse. Well, I guess in this world it would be a stereotype. There is a lot of discrimination in this world. Disney. What was I talking about? Oh yes, Nick and Judy are terrible partners. So as a last chance, they get put on a very important assignment. Because the one thing you should definitely do when someone is terrible at their job is to give them more responsibility. Disney. Anyway, apparently all reptiles are ostracized from Zootopian society, which is weird because there was a lot of discrimination when it came to how carnivores were perceived in Zootopian mammal society, but they don't seem to discern between carnivores and herbivores when it comes to reptiles. They're all discriminated against. Another problem I had with these trailers, maybe it's just me, but if you exist online, you are aware of the fan art of this character, which is... So I find it really weird that, like, it's a weird choice because... Let's just move on. Judy's character reminded me a lot of Jodie Foster's character in Silence of the Lambs, which are two completely different movies, but they were both underestimated because of their size and their chosen occupation. Obviously, Silence of the Lambs did it better, it was a lot more subtle, but I am comparing Silence of the Lambs to an animated movie made for children. That being said, I do think that if you're going to tackle topics like discrimination, it should be done well. I'm not saying that it wasn't, I'm just saying, gee willikers, this hole beneath me seems to be getting deeper for some reason. Anyway, I bring up the importance of handling a topic like systemic discrimination because the snake, I don't know what's gender or its name, so I'm just gonna call it the snake, because the snake is being framed for something and it seems to have found evidence that will shake up Zootopia's perception of reptiles. Now this is dangerous because in doing this, they're saying that Zootopia is bigoted because they have a predisposition towards a certain group of individuals based on actions made by someone visually similar to the people in that group, but has nothing to do with the people currently living with the consequences of that person's actions. Whew, this hole is deep. Who dug this? Anyway, let's just call it here before this hole gets any deeper. Fuck off.
Whoa, I didn't see nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
And you never will.